And we are live for another episode of The Horrible Influence. It is
We're not
Monday.
live.
It's live enough for all
No,
the
we're
shit that
not
we've been going through.
live. Yeah, real jazz that after through all of that, good night, Kim. We will be able to record this.
Yeah, we're
from
finally going
different
to get on
places.
this. Well, as always, I am Brad Myrick, and with me, like every week, is Tyler Tilford. And we got a special guest today. We got somebody extra. Why don't you introduce this young man for us, Tyler?
It's my buddy Mike. I'm in Colorado visiting friends and family right now for the holidays. So my buddy Mike, that is also into video games, is going to join us for this episode. Say hi, Mike.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you might remember Mike from winning the little
Fallout
Fallout boy that we had. Did you receive that yet, Mike?
You know what? I have not received that yet.
Yeah, you know why you haven't? Because it's still sitting on my fucking counter because I'm so lazy that I put it in a package and I have yet to stick it in the mailbox. I swear to God, it's in there. It's got the candies from the Horrible Influence M&Ms that we have. It's
Candies, too?
fucking squared away, man, but it's not there. It'll be there right after the holidays. It's just been too crazy to get it out the door.
No worries.
My mother, who I am staying with for the weekend, obviously for Christmas here, down in sunny Florida, loving it. We had
Yeah, fuck
a
you,
deal,
dude.
and she said before I started this episode that I had to cut down on the word fuck, and I had to cut down on the word cunt. And if I could stop saying cunt and fuck so fucking cuntish much, that she would be very happy. So, not as much fucking cunt.
Roger, I'll try and cut down on the fucks and cunts as well.
I kind of warned her that just requesting that would make sure that this episode was probably very fucking cuntish, but
Fucking cunt it.
we'll give it a go. How was Christmas, gentlemen?
Mine was all right. Mine was good. I had a good time. How about you, Mike?
It wasn't bad. Got a few things. Nothing major.
What was the deal with the pogo
I got
stick?
dude, my dad. That's my dad's fucking pogo stick, man. So, he ordered a fucking air-powered pogo stick that is 5 feet tall.
What is? How do you get an air-powered pogo stick?
It's instead of having a spring in it, it's got a cylinder in it that you fill up with air. Dude, it's gnarly. Like we had it boosted up so much yesterday that I wasn't heavy enough to get it to fucking compress.
You guys doing backflips and shit on it? Like, fucking.
Not yet. Not yet. People kept offering me the helmet, but
No, dude.
I mean if I'm gonna go, I'll go on a pogo
Yeah,
stick.
right.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
I mean, if you die that way, it's a way to, like, come on. At least he died doing what he loved, bouncing on a pole.
Bouncing on sticks. It's my shit.
We did pretty good down here, man. It's been 80 degrees. We rented a Harley because I didn't drag mine down here, and we went and rode around for a day and a half on that. It
Nice.
was fantastic weather.
You said you got stuck in shitty rain.
Today
Was it
we had
today?
it. We rented it for 2 days. So the deal was that we got to take it yesterday at 11 in the morning, and we didn't have to have it back until today at 5. And so we went to bed early. We got up, nice and early, and went out on the bike, and we made it on the Hathaway Bridge, which pretty high bridge over the Gulf of Mexico here. And it just started blowing, and it was shoving us around everywhere. We're getting pissed on by rain. I was
That
like,
fucking
if I
sucks.
dump this with her on the back, and this is the first time she's rode with me, there's no confidence left. Like, she's going to be like, oh, he lied. He fucking sucks at riding. So we turned around. We got rain jackets on. We went ahead and returned it, a little bit early today.
Oh, right on. That's cool. At least the weather's real fucking nice down there, it looks
Oh,
like.
yeah. Besides the rain today, it's been extremely warm. So I'll dig it. It's better than Milwaukee. I think they're in a snow advisory something or another now.
Yeah, it looked like they're about to get hit by something pretty hard.
Yeah, it's everybody's. There's tornado warnings not 30, 40 minutes north of us. And then there's crazy snow, just north of that. I think Chicago's shut down completely for travel right now, so
Holy shit.
It's not going to be good. But we're going to start heading home tomorrow. Next week we'll be back in the normal studio. Right now I got this thing, my laptop propped up in an open drawer. I'm holding the microphone. At least I got the pop filter up, but
Yeah.
we're
Right on,
kind of
dude.
piecing it together.
Hell yeah. There it is. Huh. Yeah, it had a weird fucking... Whoop. Excuse me. Had a weird popping in the left headphone. Hit it. Do some quick damage control here.
Did you get her all hammered out there?
Yeah. Yeah, we're good now.
Well, Mike, I was hoping that by this episode we'd be able to come on and say, hey, how do you like the damn doll we sent you? But because I'm such a lazy shit, it's not there. But how excited are you to receive something that only millions of Americans have received before?
I'm very excited. I have a custom-made shelf being made, and display box with lighting, and I have like pretty girls coming by so they can display it.
right.
So I can bring people by.
Yeah,
I'm really excited.
I heard you got the Monster Energy girls that are going to come by and show that off.
That is correct.
That's good.
He keeps them in the garage.
That's the. Please feed them. I know it's been a while, but if
No.
you don't give
They
them
don't
at
eat.
least carrots,
We feed the monster.
don't wear it on your slutty chest if you don't expect it to be all you receive. Oh,
I imagine Fallout Boy should show up around the same time that Star Citizen comes out, so he should be very optimistic about
yeah.
this.
If we don't beat the Star Citizen release, then you can complain to the higher ups here. But as long as we come out before them, then there's nothing you can complain about.
If somebody gives us $100 million, we'll see what we can do about getting Mike as Fallout Boy.
Podbean.com,
We'll see what we can
and
do.
if you look in the upper right-hand corner, you will see a link to be a patron. Please select that now.
Nice plug. Nice plug.
Oh, man. Well, in the scheme of things that we normally do, the first half of this is normally science. The second half is normally video games. But I'm going to go ahead and jump out on a limb and say that you have done nothing this week for the holidays.
Dude, that's correct.
Bang.
I saw Star Wars. So that,
Oh, did
I
you?
imagine
Good. Hey,
that counts
then
as
we should
space.
just say we're not going to spoil anything, and then randomly in the middle go
Just spoil the
a
piss
bang,
out of everything.
and then just spit out who dies and who lives, and just shit all over everybody's day. I didn't do
just
a
edit
lot
that part
either.
out.
I have one story, and it's from today. Right? Today's the 28th, and I thought you would
Yep.
like it because it's got your superhero in it. Out of all the fictional characters in the universe, if you had to name one fictional character to be your favorite, who would it be?
Iron Man?
Jesus. I knew you'd say Jesus, so I picked this right off the bat. If we're gonna go with Jesus, let's nail this out. A ram statue was unearthed on Christmas Eve that represents Jesus, right? Of course, a ram represents Jesus.
Really?
Yeah, a hand-carved marble statue of ram that was uncovered last week along Israel's Mediterranean coast has archaeologists guessing about who carved the creation. Carbon dating is very far off from the same. We got to test it, but they think it was about the Roman era that created this statue. It was a very small thing. We're looking about 1.5 feet tall, maybe 2 foot in diameter. It is a little ram, and it is a very good statue, man. It's well proportioned and drawn. Let me see if I can bring up a photo for you.
Is it a ram or is it a lamb?
A ram, I believe, right? It's got the
Where
horns.
the hell did they get the correlation with Jesus?
There we go.
Oh, that's
That's a lamb.
it's got
It's
horns.
got horns, and they call it a ram. It says archaeologists found an ancient marble ram in Caesar Harbor National Park along the
I never heard a
Israeli
reference to a ram.
Mediterranean coast.
Though.
Now,
A comparison of a ram.
the best part
I've heard
about
of the
this
Lamb
is,
of God, but
yeah,
Lamb of
that's
God.
it. It's the Lamb of God. when I found this
Oh,
story, it said statue correlating to Jesus found, and dating back to very very early time, Roman Empire. And I got excited. I thought, you know what? They're about to prove me wrong. I'm an asshole for telling everybody that their boogeyman in the sky is just a mythological creature, and they're about to just drive it home. Like, I'm gonna have Westboro Baptist just kicking down the door. It's gonna be good. Turns out it's just a fucking statue. It's a 1 foot statue. It's not even good size. The thing's a foot tall. It's not even, you can't even call it a statue. It's a fucking desktop ornament.
Paperweight.
Yeah, it's a paperweight of a ram. And they said, well, even though that pictures of Zeus and other Roman mythological creatures have been pictured with rams, that this one is probably Jesus. So,
without a doubt.
yeah, without
that-
a doubt,
yeah,
without a doubt, Jesus.
That makes sense.
I feel like every episode I get a little bit more cynical, but I try not to. Each story is just as believable as the other made-up fucking stories that they come up with. So this one is as believable as those. They found a ram. It's really old. It's made out of marble. It looks really good. But we have to link it.
They don't know what the carbon dating. They don't have they carbon dated
It was
yet?
discovered on Christmas Eve. The story came out today. So I don't
okay. So
suspect
it's
that we'll
real
see
recent.
anything for, at least a few weeks to a couple of months.
It's probably like 3 weeks old. Somebody probably just finished carving
Yeah,
it
and just buried it.
in the ground.
God damn it, man. I don't know why we have to tag everything to a purpose. Why can't we say we found this and then show it? It has to say a statue of Jesus was found, and then I go, okay, and I click on it, and I go through and I read this article from some backwoods newspaper that picked it up here, and it's a ram. It's got horns. It's made of marble.
The next civilization's gonna come across one of our prosthetic limbs, and they're gonna be like, "Oh my god, this planet was inhabited by robots." And the stupidity is going to fucking just continue, civilization after civilization, and
We pick
there's
up
no stopping it.
whatever was left. We assume was the smartest,
Right.
but it was beaten out of a rock. So if that guy made computers, but they happen to be biodegradable, we'll never know that. It's only the idiot that's, I make out of rock, and he beats on a stone. That looks like titties. I'll take that. And you put that out there. God damn it. But that was the big discovery for the week. It says Caesarion never ceases to surprise. As evidence, amazing statue Peter Gindelman and Mohammed Haider, directors of the excavation working on behalf of the Israeli Antiquities Authority, said in statement. It says, despite the artifact's age, the original carvings can still be seen on the 1.3 foot tall by 1 foot long statue. The ram's textured fleets and curly horns are visible, the archaeologist said. So this little guy, I know you guys at home can't see this unless you look it up. It's it's cute. If you see it in comparison here, I'll get it for you guys to see. That's his little ass.
That has to be lamb related. I mean, ram, lamb,
Ram, yeah. That's fine. It's the point. I don't know why they couldn't leave it alone at that. They found this amongst a bunch of rubble, and a little 1 foot statue is more likely to survive than some giant whatever. So if they just surrounded
absolutely.
10 little rams around a statue of Poseidon, and everything else was destroyed, they took this and said, it's a statue of Jesus.
It's Jesus.
Yeah, and
It's
I
Jesus.
understand that's what makes the headlines. That's how you get recognized. That's why we're talking about them right now, is because they put this. If they put statue of ram discovered, no one would have picked it up. No one would have even looked at it, but
Right.
that's fine.
Yep. Gotta relate it to pop culture.
Yeah. That's, goddamn.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Second to only Kardashian's ass, Jesus has survived pop
Took
culture.
the words out of my mouth, man.
Gotta love it.
Got to. Mr. Musk launched a rocket and landed it.
Yes, he did. Glorious too.
So that's cool.
Did you watch the landing?
No. Nope.
It it was magnificent. The way it landed, the thrusters on the four corners in which it balances itself when it hits was so symmetrical and perfect. It looked I can't even describe it.
Fake?
Like, it looked amazing how it set down. To think that he has failed so many times previously, not so many times, he hadn't tried that many times, but the fact that this was the first successful, it went perfect. Just nailed it.
Maybe since a Blue Feather or whatever the name of that other company is,
Right.
they did it right. Maybe Musk just hired a group of CG artists to make a really good looking fake fucking rocket landing.
Yeah, he went, they made a really fake fucking rocket land. I'm going to make a really good one. No, I believe that I can't imagine that any of these failed before. I think mathematically they failed more times because, there's not a lot of videos of him crashing a bunch of them into the ground.
Yeah.
But the story said, like, he finally made one.
Yeah, I don't know if they were going off of like theory or practice. Like, I don't know if it was just running in a simulator or actually trying
Because
these.
this one was perfect, man. Look it up. It's so
Yeah.
pretty
on.
watching that thing touch down.
Wasn't the other one off of the water platform, like off a barge, off a coast someplace? Was one he tried and like failed, like it missed the mark by like X amount of feet, and wasn't this one actually on land?
Right. This one was actually on a landing pad, the same that the rocket would have left on. The previous ones were just the tracking system of the pod. So they wouldn't even go very high up. They weren't leaving the stratosphere and then coming back down. They were him trying to figure out the guidance system. And I think just not given the appropriate amount of time and area, they were having malfunctions. So this one was a full scale, and it hit right on the money. Which is
That's legit. Good for them.
yeah, it was cool to see. It was really cool to see. I like that their response was so quick to the other company.
Yeah.
Like, it was just the last episode, I think, that we were talking about them. Like, oh, the first reusable rocket, it wasn't done by Elon Musk. It was done by some random British company. And then they said, yeah, but it was really tiny and it could never be used. And everybody went, but they were the first.
Right.
And then like a week later, he was like, oh, fuck it. And he made it work.
Boom.
Yeah,
Got
here it is. Money. This is why we have the contract.
My close person that I know was calling Elon Musk a snake oil salesman again.
Yeah, I like your dad too. He's a good guy. Yeah, that's
Whatever, man.
yeah. Come on, you can call every fake a fake from the get-go. You can call every great man a great man. If people always get them confused, there's people that believe that a man was spoken to by some Indian Jesus and buried golden tablets in the sands of fucking Ohio or wherever it was, and he dug them up and read them to himself and told everyone that there's a whole religion, and the goddamn one of their followers was almost made president. So the fact that you're whoever anonymous person,
You're overlooking the miracle,
yeah,
man.
anonymous father figure very close to you thinks that Elon Musk is a snake oil salesman is the same to me as an entire religious group believing that a guy buried a bunch of golden tablets and then decoded them by himself without letting anyone else see them and created this entire following. Like, people are going to get it wrong. Someone's going to get it right. I like to err on the side of science and think that Elon is going to progress us in ways that that no one else has in a very long time. Plus, his mom is super hot, so that helps. Have you shown Mike his mom?
Mike, have you seen Elon Musk's mom?
No, I've not.
Whoa! This is pertinent to the story. For everybody at home, if you haven't seen his supermodel mom, you probably should.
Is she hot?
I can only assume she was real hot back in the day, but even now, she's like I forgot how old she is now, probably early 60s, but she still models today.
What?
Yeah, very, very hot. Tyler's got, I think, 1,400 images saved on his phone. I'm not sure the exact number.
It's like 12.
There it is. Yeah, she's.
Hold on, sorry.
No, go for it. If you've got this, I see a lot of swiping on that phablet you got there.
Had to find, obviously, like the best.
Yeah, you got to get the
looking
best
that-
one. Yeah.
gotta prove ourselves correct. When are you heading back to Wisconsin?
We are going to start out of here tomorrow afternoon. We were gonna go get tattoos today, and we ended up just getting my mom's done. She has a little rose on her ankle, and
Oh,
we
yeah?
went up to the tattoo parlor where she got it done. And we had called up there, and the lady that answered said, "Oh, if you know the artist and they're still here, they absolutely guarantee their work, and they would touch it up." Which was fantastic. We went up there, and my mom starts describing the artist to the guy. And he goes, "I don't know who that is." And I said, "Well, that's fine. We still want to get it touched up." And he goes, "Well, it doesn't look like it needs touching up." And well, she wants it done. You know, the line, and my mom's got her leg up the counter, and I was like, the line obviously here is broken, and she has some holidays in the outline, and she would like it touched up. And he goes, "Well, that's just how yellow looks, and I can see the line, whatever, but it doesn't need to be done." And I'm starting to get frustrated because I understand that you're not going to do it for free. You're not the artist that did it, whatever. And he goes, "Well,
Yeah.
it cost you $50 to touch it up." "Well, I'll go take out the loan for less than a fucking tank of gas, you asshole. Just touch up the leg. Like, just touch it up. This is what I want to get her for one of her Christmas gifts, was to get her leg touched up." And he goes, "Yeah, well, I could do it, and I could straighten the lines out or whatever, but that didn't need to be done." And then he goes into this, "Artists won't guarantee their work for more than a year." Well, let me check my bag of "you're a fucking liar" and pull out this. Like, every one of I just contacted my buddy Waller Irons, owns a tattoo parlor. Christopher Waller owns a tattoo parlor in Little Rock. He did my first tattoo. That was almost 12 years ago, right? 11 and a half years ago that I got my first one. He guarantees that for life. Every other tattoo I've gotten besides the ridiculous "Go Big or Go Home" across my back has been guaranteed for life by every artist. If you can find the artist, they will touch it up.
Yeah, that's typically the fucking deal, right?
Dude, he was just like, "No artist will, our artist will not touch it up if it's been over a year." And I go, "Well, then the lady on the phone fucking lied to me. That's fine, but I'm going to pay you to fix this." And he goes, "Oh, well, that doesn't need to be done. It's not going to look any better." I'm just, dude, I was getting upset, like real mad at this guy. I was like, I'm trying to do something nice for my mom. She wants it.
Yeah.
She wants it touched up. I want to hand you my money to trace over someone else's tattoo. This couldn't
if
be
you didn't
simpler.
want to work, man, you shouldn't have come in
Yeah,
today.
you're sitting in the corner. You're not. There's not busy. There's no one there. Like, he had to get up off the couch from watching Nickelodeon to come over and do the work. Now, the guy ended up being very good. Like, he sat down. He realized my mom wasn't going to be a whiny asshole. I guess they had some older lady in that just cried and moaned the whole day. But they did hers. And so, like, he gets done doing just the regular touch-up, and he goes, "Well, I could add white to this section, and I could highlight this with a different color." and we could redo this, and it would make it look very good. And he goes, now, if someone tells you it looks like a sticker, that's not my fault. And she was,
Wow.
she was like, oh, that's, yeah, like, but like in a joking way. Because it did. When he got done, it looked like the tattoo set off of her skin, the way he highlighted it. He did a fantastic job.
Just being a twat.
Just to get going. It's like, come on, man. If you walked in, if I'm a fucking doctor somewhere, and my job
Yo, is that a Whippet can behind you?
A what?
A Whippet can.
That's after sun lotion, sir.
Oh, okay. My bad. Continue the story.
If someone came into your job, Mike, I'm assuming you're employed because Tyler's not. If they came into wherever you were and they asked you to do your job, that's all they wanted. They didn't want any special treatment. They just wanted you to do your job, and you liked your job. This isn't a shitty job. You're a tattoo artist. And they said, hey, I want to pay you money to just touch up something. I don't believe that would be an outrageous request for you. I think you'd be more than happy to do that job.
I don't know, if Tyler came in, I'd probably be a pain in the ass.
If it was Tyler, I would definitely be a
Charging
pain in the
double.
ass. But if it was anyone else and they were like, hey, man, I know you're not the artist. It's a little bitty rose. I'll give you whatever you ask. He goes, well, it'd be $50. And I said, that's fine. That's fine. It doesn't. This is a present for her. And he was just like, well, it doesn't fucking need it. Like, come on, dude, do your job. We were both gonna. Melanie and I were both gonna get tattoos today, along with my mother, and we just decided, like, if you guys don't want to work, we're not gonna make you fucking work. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
So, anybody out there that's a tattoo artist, be excited to do your job when someone comes in wanting to pay you. I gave the guy, he did a great job. I gave him a good tip when I left. He did a fantastic job on her leg, but it was just that attitude that made me want to strangle his old ass and leave him on a sidewalk.
That's shitty. Was he a younger kid or was he an older guy?
No, he was older. He was probably 60s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was, but the problem is, this is a beach. We live on the beach, so these guys have to deal with a bunch of flash
College
art
kids.
and just people showing up. And he's like, well, no artist guarantees over a year. That's something that someone that does shitty tattoos all day long says.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's not something that if you go down to the guy that runs the shop down in Miami, that Miami guy, if you go to the guys that we know in Milwaukee, out there in Seattle, they're not going to act like that. They're not going to say, well, if you have it for a year and it's not completely shit, then I'm not going to stand behind it.
Yeah, I think if there was a spot in my dick, I could go back to Adrian 10 years from now and he'd touch up the tip or maybe the fire or whatever needed to get fixed.
Exactly. That's Chris. It's told me that I got my koi fish when I was 17 and it's super faded. And he went, dude, that was my first tattoo, man. He was like, I'd love to touch it. You come back by, we'll touch it up for free, man. Like, just come by. Well, that's dope, man. This is a tattoo that he did before he was an actual artist. And now that he owns his own shop, he'll still do it for free. Like, he's still going to stand behind it. So, I love people that stand behind their work, and this guy just killed me because I know it's not his job. It's not his work, but if I'm going to pay you, then shut the fuck up and do your job, man.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're not booked or anything, then I don't know. It just seems like that's how you were going to make money that day.
Yeah.
You probably just woke him up for his nap or something.
Yeah, he was just sitting there. Whatever. I've been complaining about it all day. just mad that this guy and everybody else has just been like, yeah, well, he probably just didn't want to do it. No. Get angry with me. Like, get mad about this guy. But that's the place we live in now, where people can complain about having their job while a bunch of people without jobs live lavishly. Whatever. Look at you, Tyler.
Yeah. Yep, life's good.
Did you guys take a private
good when you're
jet to
unemployed.
any hiking destinations this week?
No, not this week.
We took the helicopter.
There it is. Oh yeah. Well, you slummed it. Slummed
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
out.
slumped it.
Roughed it out.
God. Sounds amazing.
Nope, nothing. Yeah, nothing real exciting.
What'd you do for your parents for Christmas?
Got my mother a sweater and a couple Christmas ornaments because she collects Christmas ornaments, and then got my dad some beanies and some socks because Melissa gets those for free, so it was real easy.
Mhm. Were they just real happy that you're dating women? Was that they're okay with
Yeah,
that?
they were stoked.
that's cool.
I came home again with a woman.
They were
and they're
like,
oh, I thought this is the one.
when you opened the door, did your mom start paying your dad like a bet? Start handing out money.
Oh, they met her back in
I
August,
know.
so
Doing good. I wish I was out on the old West Coast with you. Right now, life is good, so I don't hate it too much. I get to hang out in the sunny beach tomorrow and
it'd be cool if you
start
guys
heading home.
made it out there, not for like temporary shit, but for always.
Well, just as soon as onit.com starts promoting these videos, we'll be good. I like to throw random sponsorships out there in hopes that someone will pick it up.
I want sponsorships from like Corsair or I don't know, Logitech,
Asus.
or
Yeah, HP.
Asus,
Dell.
yeah, HP, sure, Microsoft. That'd be all right. I'd be okay with that.
Bugatti.
LG, Samsung.
If they could at least keep
you
up with
know.
the equipment that we break and fry during the week, we'd be happy.
yeah.
That'd be a good deal. Well, man.
Oh yeah. Who
I
makes microphones? Sure.
I don't know how
Sure.
excited you are for video games this coming week, but I am super stoked. I got for Christmas, for little baby Jesus' birthday, I got from Melanie a couple of gift cards for Steam. So
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna pick up 4 or 5 games, and that's exciting. I get new stuff, and that's always. I always sit on games that I go, wow, I'd like that, but they're not on sale, and I don't know if they're good or not. And now I've got that extra, like, freebie fund to pick them up
Yeah.
and review them, and I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah. Freebie fun. Just spend your girlfriend's money.
Yeah, it's not my money.
But hey, it's guilt free. It's Steam. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's all right. She wants you to spend that money.
She does, yeah.
It's huge sale right now on Steam, so fucking check that out.
That's what I need. I need those goddamn Steam sales, man. They're like crack. I
Yeah.
have so many games. I went through and started deleting off my hard drive shit that I will never play, that I
Yep.
only bought because they were on sale.
Yep. Yeah, they popped up my wish list almost in its entirety. Like, hey, this is on sale. And it was like 5 of the 7 items that were on my fucking wish list.
Just click
Oh,
it.
fine.
One-
If I have to.
One click purchase. Just touch this button.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just touch it.
Yeah.
Just touch right here.
They need to make it a little bit more difficult. Run around the block. Think about it. Nah, I'm good.
Enter the last number you were thinking of to identify your account. 7? 7. That is correct. Okay. Well, thanks.
What's really dangerous is when your credit card has a very easy security code sitting on the back, and so you don't even have to have your credit card to validate the security
Yeah.
code.
967.
Yeah. Mike, would you like to tell
Thanks,
us
team.
all of your credit card numbers and then their identification code on the back? To win this
900.
month's game giveaway, 16 digits of your credit card and the 3 digits on the back.
And don't forget the expiration number.
Yeah, yeah, please don't forget that.
Let's not make it too hard here.
That's a bonus. I need a new game. I don't even know what's out this week.
Ooh, I don't either.
What do you like?
I'm a not. I won't say I'm not a first person shooter fan because I am, but it's more of a what to call dirty bomb, almost that low end
Arcadey?
indie, yeah, arcadey first person shooter. I'm not big on the Call of Duty. I liked Call of Duty up until the fact that I got jetpacks and nuclear bombs and backflipping off spaceships and all that. I can't deal with that. But Dirty Bomb, love it. I can't get enough of it. Of course, Rocket League.
They're fun as multiplayer, but like trying to, I don't know. BioShock Infinite was one of the few first-person shooters. I guess like Half-Life 2, Half-Life, those were good for story, but it's not common for a first-person shooter to have a good story.
I think small team, massive multiplayer is where I fall in. I like when 4 of us can get together, and that's the entire team, but you're playing against this massive multiplayer arena.
Yeah, PlanetSide 2.
PlanetSide 2 is fucking...
Dude,
sick.
PlanetSide 2 is where it's at, man.
Look how distraught he
real
got by
good.
that answer.
That game,
Crushed
dude,
his soul.
the last time that I played PlanetSide 2, we were raiding a fucking base, and there were... Anybody can get any vehicle at any time. So it's fucking
Dope.
chaos.
That sounds
There's
good.
there's people with like tanks that have 4 spots for people to sit in it, but it's only the person driving it that's in the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Nobody uses these. Yeah. It's like Battlefield if Battlefield had an almost literal fucking infinite number of vehicles just driving down the road constantly. And I kept getting hit by these fuckers driving these tanks. And I said, if I get hit by one more person from my team
Smack.
in a fucking tank, yeah, barely got out of my mouth before some cunt hit me with their fucking tank, dude. It's like, nope, Alt F4, right click, uninstall local content. I'm
Boom, has
done.
exited the game.
I'm done.
Yeah, I can see that. The big multiplayers get me on that. People don't seem to... I don't know what it is about cohesion on those, and I think Tom Clancy's new one,
Siege.
Siege
yeah.
is having the same problems right now, where the game was built to be like a very cohesive team of four or 5 people, and you just can't get it. So you get a bunch of guys in bomb suits with shotguns. Just running around,
shooting slugs
Yeah.
so they can get some distance on their shots.
Yeah, they just
I
can't.
blame the younger generation on that. Because, I mean, all the younger kids, they're all set up on the E-peen, like, oh my god, I got to be the top dog, I got to be on top, scoreboard. And so no one does support anymore.
Yeah, enter solo mid.
Yeah, there it is. Yes, inner solo mid is everyone
Yeah.
on there.
Solo or AFK, or
Yeah.
AFK.
It's I don't know. I've been talking to my dad about trying to get him into other games, and he will not. He's playing World of Warcraft again. It's like I come home to Colorado to visit a junkie.
Dude,
Just fell off the wagon again, man.
We returned the Harley today. Parked it. We've been riding the weekend. It's been great. We've had this freedom. We get back in the car, start up, and she goes, I think I'm gonna reopen my WoW account.
Melanie played World of Warcraft.
Oh, apparently. And so she goes, hey, like, could I play that on the gaming laptop and you start playing? I've never played WoW. Never done it. And I'm afraid that if I get into it, it's going to turn into crack. And I mean, everybody knows how I am in crack, and it's not a good thing.
It was fun when the fan base was big. Back when it wasn't like pulling teeth to get into a raid or running dungeons, like PvP was an option. Now it's been out for 11 years, coming up on 12 years, and
Jesus.
I think April.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was April 2014 or 2004 that it came out. I'm pretty sure. But
The fact that you memorize that is a little concerning.
but it doesn't have enough people. Like, they boasted having 14 million subscribers. Those, I can guarantee that at least 5 million of those people forgot about their accounts,
Right.
and it was just charging on their card. But
You think
It's not
you
this-
think it's dead
it
enough
sounds so
now
stupid
that
to
it's
say.
still not the best MMORPG on the market?
it's not the best.
What
It's not the best.
What would
it
you
never
think?
was. I'm the worst person to talk to
Oh,
about World
okay.
of Warcraft being a
if
good game.
You saying that it's not the best ever kind of sets me back from asking this question. Then, what do you think is the best on the market today?
Today, that Neverwinter game that we've been playing is pretty fun. It's
Are
free
you
to
going
play.
off just a individual experience playing, or can you say that there are enough players to make the MMO part, the massive multiplayer? Is it really that massive?
It's
way
free to
that they
play,
work?
so there's probably more people playing it, and it's on PC and Xbox. So
Is it cross-platform?
I think it is. Somebody got into my Twitch channel one day, and he was like, "Yeah, I played on Xbox." I was like, "Oh, cool. Like, is it cross-platform?" He's like, "Yeah, man, Xbox." It's like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah,
Didn't give me like a concrete answer.
because I got a
So,
lot of people
maybe.
on. What was that game we were playing that they have on Xbox now? It's like Heroes of the Storm, but
Oh, Smite.
Smite. They had Smite. Well, when the Smite servers for Xbox went down, we got a shit ton of viewers on the Smite for PC
Oh, yeah.
deal. So we're playing Smite on PC, and we got a ton of people watching us from Xbox. Well,
Right.
that was because the Xbox servers went down that day. So you can't, just because he logged into his laptop and started watching people play, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I played it on Xbox." Well, he might not know the fact that there's an entire world of PC players. I
Yeah.
told
Master
you, yeah,
Race.
I told you it was. I told you that I was playing it, and you must know that it's on Xbox. Well,
Yeah, I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if it's cross-platform or not. Like I said, it's free to play. WoW is still subscription-based, I'm pretty sure.
right.
Yeah. And all I know about it right now is level cap's 100, and it's about to be 110 when Legion comes out.
And what was the name of that again?
WoW, or are you talking about?
Wow.
No,
What's that?
what was the name of the new one you're playing again?
Neverwinter?
Never.
Is it Underdark?
Yeah, it's Underdark, and that's what's kind of cool about it is that it kind of keeps up with Wizards of the Coast as they put out campaigns, and so Underdark just came out, not too long ago.
As a Dungeons and Dragons campaign,
The
right?
the pen and paper. So we haven't gotten to that point yet. We haven't at least figured out how to actually do the campaigns. But once we do, I'm kind of curious to see if it actually coincides with the actual pen and paper.
Did we run a
campaign.
dungeon yet?
We ran that one thing that we ran through.
I remember there was something that we were running around together, and you were probably fucking something up, and I was probably yelling
Sounds
at
about
you
right.
at some
yeah.
point.
You
but
found those traps though,
I don't.
which is helpful.
Yes, I used my feet. Character description says that I can spot traps. They lied to me. I can spot them as soon as I take the fucking dart to the throat, but before that, they are completely fucking invisible to me. No, it's a fun one, dude. It's never WoW has taken away too much from the MMO scene, and it's never gonna go back. WoW took away too much. It pussified everything, and then the entire microtransaction shit entered the scene, and everything's.
I agree that microtransactions have destroyed a lot of gaming, but in WoW's own defense, a game that I haven't played, you described it to me as being so great because of the insane compatibility amongst so many players. Like they were the first to incorporate such a massive group of people into one game. Like it was.
You remember when the Wii came out and people were freaking out because like their grandparents were enjoying it?
Right.
World of Warcraft is the Wii of MMOs. So none of the games are good. It says everybody can play it. They took all the difficulty out of it.
Okay, well then how do you make a better one?
How do you make it better? For sure, upgrade the graphics. Holy shit.
Oh, it's coming from Tyler, who
No,
screams
it-
at me
it
when
just-
I
it
bitch about
just
graphics
wasn't-
not in a AAA title. It doesn't have to have good graphics
To make
be
a
good game.
to make a better MMO, you got to go back to the niche.
Punishment.
The problem is that because of WoW, and everyone saw how financially successful WoW was, everyone's going after the elephant. And back in the day, elephants didn't exist. It was always the gazelle, or it was always the cat, or whatever hell.
It's
Whatever.
a much smaller creature.
Yeah.
It was
because
whatever
weren't
smaller
14
creature you can
million
think of.
strong.
because EverQuest was out before WoW,
Lamb.
and EverQuest was extremely more challenging than WoW.
EverQuest was like
Right.
97 or 98.
And people's lives got destroyed because of WoW, hence EverCrack. And the pendulum swung, and it went to the easy side of the spectrum. And vanilla WoW was quite challenging. I never really played vanilla WoW, but from what I hear from secondhand,
Dude, maybe in-game content, but you're still able to run from level 1 to level, I don't remember if 50 or 60 was capped back then, but you can do it solo.
well,
And that is what I'm fully against that.
did WoW start doing the whole quest hubs? So each zone had its central point, and just did quests, and
Yeah,
that's it.
you'd go
'Cause-
through each, like zone by zone was separated by level,
Yeah.
and you'd end up at the Barrens, and you'd want to fucking kill yourself. Because it doesn't matter what server you play on, the Barrens chat is the worst shit. Unless you like Chuck Norris jokes. Coming out at like one joke per millisecond, and then your mom jokes, and then dick jokes. And it's just, you have to mute chat. It's too much. It's too much.
It's famous.
It's famous, yeah.
Because before WoW, we played Lineage 2. And Lineage 2, the quests were a big deal. It wasn't very often, but like there were like the class changes, which was a pain. Yes, I took
like
freaking
20,
Adderall
40.
for my class change
Yeah.
quest. But then you sat in a room for hours on end, just sitting there killing the same damn
Grind.
mobs over and over and over again. But for some reason, that was a blast for us.
It was the PvP, man. The open world PvP. If you were outside of a town, anyone could come up to you and just start hitting you. That was exciting. So if you had made enemies, you couldn't leave town without a group of people. You needed your running crew to go around and fight.
So lots of games have tried to take that principle of the outside of your home base and making that the safe haven. What would make an MMORPG today not too easy to play to cap, but would give you the thrill of being like outside on your own and open, so you need your people, you need your clan, you have to play with people, but
One word. You want to say it? Do you want to say it?
I don't know what you're going to say, honestly.
Consequences.
Oh, punishment was what I was going to say. Yeah, for sure. People need to be afraid to die. There's no fear to die in WoW.
So-
You can just float around like a fucking retard all day.
Right.
Doing the dumbest shit imaginable, and if you die, you're like, man, fuck it.
But-
I'll blame the tank.
but
or
you
I'll
hate,
blame the
you
healer.
hate games like you hate Eve. You're a big
Eve's poopy. You don't
Eve's
play
great.
Eve. You tell your character to read books and you
So-
fuck off.
Okay, so
That's
if
it.
if you were to take the reading aspect of being able to level up your character by collecting these books and reading them, but you had the effect that you could lose your vehicle
You lost
permanently.
me.
So if you were to go out in your own vehicle and travel to the end of that sector, and someone just killed you and blew you up and killed your little home shuttle, you're now done. You're fucked. You have to buy a new ship. You have to do whatever to get back into the game. That part
When we
you
say
like.
consequences, we don't mean like. Is that what happens in Eve when you fucking explode? You lose your ship, and
Well,
that's
you have
insurance,
You
right?
tend to have insurance. You don't have to.
You don't have to.
Okay.
But you're supposed to be having insurance, and you don't. The word of the saying in Eve,
Okay, so if you don't have insurance and you're out fucking farting around where you could potentially die, and you explode and lose your ship, that's what you get for not having insurance.
insurance
Yes,
costs real
I
money.
support that.
So I have had a ship.
Insurance costs real money.
no,
No,
it costs money.
It
not real
costs
money.
money. It can either cost you real money or it can cost you in-game money. If you were a starting player, you're brand new, you can join Eve. You can spend real money and get a what were they called? Flex cards. You could
That's not an option.
you could pawn those off and get in-game credits. You could buy a good ship. Here's how I know this. I did this real early on. And I bought a good ship and I went to explore because I wanted to see the world or the universe that Eve had created. And I started warping, and you can plot like a little path. And it won't stop you. It'll just go that path. and I plotted a path to this outer rim of this universe. And when I came out of it, my warning on my ship screen told me that I was in a
Pirate space.
basically
Low sec.
my outbound transmission had been blocked. I had no radar, and someone was after me. That was all it would tell me. And I just died. And the guy came on afterwards and went, "Hey, man, we didn't realize you were like a level 5, and we're sorry. So here's 1,000,000 credits." And they just gave me money, and they were like, "But don't wander out here unless you're
Solid advice.
Yeah, unless you're able to."
Solid
They didn't
advice.
have to do that. They could have completely fucked me out of all my money and left me alone.
Absolutely. That's what I would have
Right,
done.
but they were nice pirates. They were those nice pirates that you always hear
They're
about.
out there.
Not the,
No,
not
but
the rapey
but they did a
pirates.
very good job. And he said, if you get better, when you get good, send me an email. And he gave me his email thing, and he goes, and you can join our clan or whatever. So that idea that there was a group just playing, and they had owned an entire section of space inside of a game excited me. Like that was a cool concept that as a lone shitty person I was not going to make it out there. But if I joined them and I played well, I could just do
If you
whatever
read the
I
right
wanted.
books.
Yeah, if I read the right. Now the books are what you always come back to. That's what you hate about this
Yeah.
game.
Really don't like
Which
it,
means
but-
that Mike there should be able to convince you very, very easily that his brand new game that is going to be the best first person / shooter / space
sim.
games / MMORPG / Sims community / I don't know what else you could throw in there is going to be the best game ever, because that's essentially Eve meets first person shooter
Meets. You're back to the slash game again.
meets
pretty much.
whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's that.
Hey, so have you gotten back to Star Citizen? Like, have you tried it since your guys' podcast where you guys toured a new asshole?
Only,
you tried it?
only a couple of days ago where I tried it again and it crashed so goddamn horribly that I wasn't able to play it. But since about 84 hours ago, no, I haven't been on it.
So Star Citizen 2.0 is out.
I've been on it.
For public. Okay, so me and my brother, we got it because I fly a Connie now. So I've invested a pretty penny, which is a kind of a 5-man cruiser type of multi-role. Yeah.
So you
And,
spent more money after the game that didn't work, and you had to spend more money to make it.
Well, it worked
not
for
work
me,
more?
but I know what I'm doing. So of course it's going to
You're
work
right.
for me.
You knew what you were doing so well that you were able to manipulate your hardware to perform better on a game that doesn't work. I got it. That's fine.
Yes.
All right.
yes,
Just making
yes.
sure.
I don't suck. Yes.
It doesn't work.
Yes.
It does not. If you put it on a stress test of any kind, if you try to bankroll shoot, if you add any 3 components together on that game, it crashes.
Not gonna
Well,
lie.
if you-
I
if-
played the dogfight simulator on your account one night and it didn't crash.
It's good
Yeah.
I
for
ran through the whole.
You had to
the
retire
whole
that
training.
266, man. There's new hardware out there.
what would I have to retire out of my setup that would make it run better on this?
Well, get out of the 86, you'll be fine. Get new age, get better equipment.
What
Stop using the Apple II unit. I mean, it's okay.
Apple, okay.
There's better
so-
things out there.
all right. Yeah.
It's okay. It's all right. Matter of fact, how you're streaming right now just boggles my mind.
Well, this is on my gaming laptop. That game was run on my PC at the house. It runs.
We just look like pixel stick figures. To
Yeah,
him.
yeah. This thing runs a GTX 765M, which is a couple years old, and that's my laptop. It couldn't run Eve, or I'm sorry, whatever game that copied Eve to try to make it sound better.
Star
Citizen.
Citizen.
That's it. Yeah, whatever. Star Citizen
What the hell are you
runs.
smoking? Holy shit.
It can't run it on this to save its life, but on my home PC it could run it just fine. The problem is the server lag is so bad that if you get on it on any time of the day other than 2 a.m., the server itself can't handle the load. For the
That central area that you can go to when you walk outside of the hangar, and it's like the city. You can go walk around. Have you guys been to that area?
Yeah.
Yeah, the city
Yep.
one. Yeah.
Okay. That was real laggy for me. And that was it. I was drunk, so probably
Contributed to it.
11 in the afternoon, 11 in the morning. I know. It was like 3 in the morning and there was only a handful of people running
Well,
around.
because everyone's on the other one. So 2.0, they added the persistent universe component of it,
Right.
and which is really cool. And so
What
there's
was
a lot
cool
more
about
people
it?
on it.
What was cool about it?
Isn't it crashing hard as fuck when you go towards
Yeah,
planets?
real bad.
I haven't tested it yet, even though because that came out more recently, and I haven't tested that component of it.
I was gonna say
I tested it
from,
when 2.0
from
came out.
the update. In their update,
That may be
notes,
what, yeah.
it crashes every single time if you near a planet. That's from
Oh,
them.
alright.
They wrote that in the notes.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, after this podcast, after we conclude our chat, I will test it out and I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah.
With my behemoth of a machine.
The problem I had with it was it didn't crash for me when I got to that point, which was supposed to have an error indicator. When you got too close to a planet, it was supposed to shake your ship like you're being lit up, like it was going to destroy your ship. Then you would go into a red phase where it would shake you too much, and then it would destroy your ship. So you would have a 3-phase, really a 2-phase that you could pull out of, and then one that too late. It would never make it there. I tested this. I was going for that. I wanted to see all 3 phases, so I just flew into a planet. I could never make it out of the first phase. The first identifier that I was getting too close would shut the game down. When my ship would launch onto the platform, it would not stay stable on the platform. It would bounce. So when you entered the ship, it would tell you impact imminent, impact imminent, and then it would landing gear up, landing gear down. It would choke that it couldn't decide where it was. It wouldn't stabilize the ships on the platform. Like I talked about in the last podcast, once I was able to lift off, around the base was perfect. Everything looked great. But once I left, once weapons went hot, if you shot weapons and barrel rolled and banked and pulled, you can get it to crash. I'm not in these games, I'm not in this alpha to just float around and look at the pretty lights. I want to see
But I mean,
if it'll work.
as an alpha, though, you can't rely on it to work really at all.
Well, he's
on
doing
an
what he's supposed to
alpha.
be doing in
Yeah.
alpha. He's trying to break it. But the question is, did you report
I
it?
did. I report everything that I fall
Good
into,
boy.
and I fill the logs. What my problem with, and I mentioned the last time, was the logs that were reported, not just me, but by many, many users, from the last alpha to this one weren't fixed. They just added more content. So when you go into the arcade mode, those issues that were logged before, and you can read them all on the chat room logs, where everybody talks about everything that's been going on in the forum.
Yeah.
Those are still there. They didn't fix those and then add more content. They just added more content. I would rather them leave everything the exact way it is now, or the way it was before, and then Alpha 2.0 come out and go, okay, nothing has been added, but everything is perfect. And that may not be reasonable now. It may just
But
be about a content
it really
thing.
isn't reasonable, because if you start adding shit that's manipulating something else that you have already fixed, then it might break what you have fixed.
You're right,
again.
and it
Yeah.
may be. And we've always said that maybe the end goal is going to justify this. But have we ever seen a game progress so slowly with this
Duke
amount of budget?
Nukem.
EverQuest Next.
EverQuest Next is dragging ass, dude.
It's dead, dude. There's no life to it. The YouTube videos are like 6 months old. People
yeah,
are flipping
dude,
shit.
for sure. Real old.
Okay.
Yep.
So you're now comparing a game that you were very optimistic about and love to a game that you
Yep.
just called dead.
Well, like if you get on EverQuest Next website, like Mike said, it has a section that's like a constant stream of what's going on with like their tweets, their YouTube videos, all that shit. They're dated
Okay.
like 6 months.
So
like
at
he
least
said.
these
So
guys are
that's-
still active, right?
right.
Well, they're very active. I
They
mean,
are.
they're still talking, they're still communicating, and I mean,
But
it
how
takes
much
time
does
to
that
kill the
do?
bugs, especially when it breaks. But yet, there's
How many
still the
years?
fact that, well, considering a game hasn't been out like this before, it's going to take some time.
The game that has been shown to us has been out many times
Well,
before.
just keep in mind when you guys did your podcast and you guys ripped it a new asshole. And yes, I'm a little
We
fanboy,
tried it.
but that's because of my proper reasons. But no, I know you tried it, but you guys also didn't do the full research against it. One is because it takes a fucking long time to go through all the data,
Right.
and I'm not. It just, I've been watching it for years, and so I just kind of by proxy kind of learned all this stuff. But I mean, it's by the time your podcast came out, there was a Serena Commander and it was the Hangar. That was it. And then as of a couple weeks ago,
when was the game thrown into alpha?
technically, well, see, that's the thing.
2012.
You say it's
is
alpha.
when the game went into alpha.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did. The December of 2012, the game went into its first alpha phase. And alpha, it was given the closed section of testers. Now, this wasn't available to everybody on the internet, but once they went live to the internet, the game had already been out for 2 years. So you're looking at the end of 2013, beginning of 2014, that the game was allowed to be played by people. At this point, 2 years of the very first segment of the game had been live. Even though it wasn't on the internet, it was live to someone. How was it so far behind everyone else's expectation of the game?
What game did they play? I mean, that's because the first module that came out was the Hangar, and that was basically, oh, look, pretty ships. And then at that point, then they allowed you to get in your ship, and that was really cool because then you get to sit in your ship and just
You
sit
couldn't get
it.
in your ship until this year.
No, it was last year when you can actually get in your
Oh,
ship.
I mean, actually flight. In the arcade, you could fly your ship.
Yeah, that's
or
Serena
not-
Commander,
yeah.
correct.
You could play
And
your
Arena Commander
ship.
came out, and then basically you had like one ship.
That's
And that was the Gladiator or what the hell it
3
was.
years from the time that the game was an actual being, whether
How big is their development team?
250,
Holy shit.
and it's growing. I mean,
Well, you have
they
an
started off with
entire-
like 10 people though.
Yeah.
they have an entire group that they fired after what they considered progress maximum. It wasn't
It was the
complete or
FPS
whatever.
module.
Yeah, for
and there were a
first-person
Denver
shooter.
crew, and basically
They were a Denver crew?
they
Yeah,
were a Denver
they were.
crew.
Really?
But I don't know why they picked them. I think it was a bad choice to pick them. I looked at. I mean, they're probably the only people that can do Crisis FPS. But they didn't actually get fired. They just their contract kind of was coming towards the end, and so it's yes.
You're
they fired
quoting
by
the literal press conference from them for that, though.
I didn't read
That's
the press
so
conference.
bad. You were quoting the fact that that's what they said. They said these guys might not have been the best choice, and we hired them to do this, but all they could do was this on this module, and now we've sent it over to Germany to do this. That's
Well, they
what
merged
they
all
said.
the code.
If you listen to what those people said out of Denver, do you know what they're saying about the game?
No, what did they say about
They're
it?
saying that it can't be made. That what they gave them was a complete, utter failure of a first-person shooter. That they were told to get it to work on that system, and after the cryo system was complete enough to show them a model, they fired them and then yanked it and threw it overseas. So according to those people, and again, you can take half-truths from both sides, they're saying it can't be done. The guys that are making Star Citizen are saying that that's as far as they can go.
I don't understand how they can say that it can't be made.
Well,
I fucking
what they're
hate
saying is
that
it can't
outlook
be
on
made
anything.
on that cryogen system that they
On
were,
Crytek?
Yeah,
But
Crytek. they were
Crisis
told
is
to-
an FPS. Like, if anything,
That's-
FPS should
yeah,
be able to
that's
work
what it
on
was.
Crisis. If
Should
It
anything.
does. It
Yeah.
works on that. What it doesn't work on is that seamless space you can't go one system to the next. I think is what their problem is. You're not going to be able to go from whatever system they're using for interstellar space. See, then this is
Well,
Star Citizen's deal, is that seamless transition from interstellar travel all the way down from atmosphere, right into landing on the ground, getting out, picking up your weapon, and going to battle.
Right.
They don't want loading screens. They want the perfect game, and I get that it is the perfect game.
They're going to do all right. So basically, the way I would expect them to do it is the same way that Eve accomplished theirs. Is whereas they have a single shard, and a shard is what like a regular server, but they have a plethora of servers. And so when you go through a jump gate, right, you go and basically you're touching a different sub-server, but you're still on the same shard. The back end just knows your position and knows where you're at in the massive world. So the way I am thinking that they're going to have to accomplish it is somewhat similar. And basically, you're still have to jump to go from one section to another,
Right.
but it's like a little mini game, which is, if they can pull it off, sounds really, really cool because you have to go through the whole wormhole and navigate it, which is kind of cool because it's becomes a mini game. So either A, so you're gonna have loading screens, but it's how they mask it, which is
I like the
key.
the jump sequence idea of it. My
Yeah, if they
problem
can
comes
pull it off.
into Interplanetary won't have a jump sequence. So that means that a server has to hold the capabilities for they already said a star system would hold 13 planets. Is that what they're after? Or something like that. It was 12 or 13 planets. So on a singular launch, you would have 12 or 13 worlds that you could fly to and land and engage in a first-person shooter gameplay without having to jump through a gate to a different star system.
Correct.
They could do that.
Yeah, so
I
Space
don't
Engineers
think
kind
it-
of does.
I don't
Space
think they
Engineers
can.
kind of just released something similar, and it's the facade that they give you because it's all about
For
immersion,
sure.
correct? So basically, those worlds only have to render when you're near it. If nobody's around it, it's not in memory. But the moment someone approaches it, whatever setting or whatever, then maybe the system starts generating that.
That
the plan or
was
whatever.
last week's whole press conference, right? You know that, obviously.
Actually, you know what? I've been kind of busy with work, so
That's-
I haven't been following up with it.
That's last week's press conference. Is
Brad just
that
loves to hate it, so he's keeping up with all the videos.
No,
and all the
I
news
invest
and shit.
in this. I want this to work.
Paying
Let's
more
not
money.
get that
Yeah.
twisted.
Oh,
I
we
would
all do.
Really, really
That's-
want this to work, and that's
Remind
why
me to
I
give you my
follow it so
account for
much.
Star Citizen so you can try out the Connie,
Yeah.
by the way, because it's fucking beautiful.
The I can't even remember the name of my ship. That's how bad I am on it.
It's a fucking biplane. It looks dumber than fuck.
God damn it, I
Great
love it.
purchase,
Don't you,
by the way.
Don't you hate on mine?
Maybe it is. It's got like
Which one is it?
the
What'd
wings
you
are
say it
like-
was, Mike?
Looks aggressive.
Looks like a biplane.
Mustang.
No.
Because the
mine's
starter
not the
ship's either Mustang or it's the Aurora.
Aurora.
Which the Aurora
I think I
looks
have
like
the
a
Aurora.
penis.
Yeah, it might be a penis. I'm
about right.
fixed on penises. I can't help it. No, but it's the
Hey.
single cockpit biplane, and the middle looks like it's got
Bubble?
a little bit of a cargo deal.
Does the cockpit you sit in a bubble?
Oh.
Kind of like a.
We'll look it up and
No,
we'll show it
looked
to
more
you.
like a. It looked more like a.
It looks like something off Clone Wars would be to me.
looked
That's
like
why I
a
picked it up.
fucking Wing Commander ship, dude.
Yeah,
It really did.
I liked it, and that's why I picked it up. But my whole deal with their last press conference was, how do you do seamless transition between stellar travel, outer atmosphere, and worlds, and when you have an entire world to play on? And they went through the rendering as needed kind of aspect of it. It sounds good.
I mean, to a lower requirement, World of Warcraft does that right now. There's no loading screens until you hit instances like dungeons and shit that load individually for groups.
Right. So as long as you're playing on servers that hold X number of groups, but that would mean that not all players are constantly interacting with each other.
Well, they were talking about, and this is actually one thing that people are kind of pissed off about, is that they're limiting how many people can be in the same channel, if you will.
There you go.
And so basically, you're not going to have your 2,000 players all sitting on the same planet. You're going to have 25, maybe 50 tops. And so that's how they're going to kind of do it.
I don't
And
hate
then also
that.
having some out.
That sounds
No, I mean,
realistic to me.
And space should be sparse. I mean, you should feel alone in
Yeah,
space.
dude. I don't want a traffic jam. I don't want to like
Traffic jam in space.
That's fine.
bonk.
It's it's
Fuck.
what people have come to expect from this game that's the problem, is that we, from and it's their fault partially for talking this game up, is that it's come to the point where we want every person you've ever met or you will ever meet on this planet to be allowed to play in the same space, first person and interstellar space, dogfighting, this whole what will eventually be a game. I don't know how many years down the road, but it will be. But they want it to seem like that's the game now, and I don't think that's possible.
Well, and anybody who ever worked in the, consumer sector selling crap, you learn that the average consumer is dumb, and they have false expectations, and so though I think it's a small group of people that sit there and are expecting, 1,000-person. I think a lot of it is probably ex-Eve players that want that 1,000 versus 1,000, lag fest.
Well, we want Eve, but with first-person shooter and
Tyler doesn't want Eve.
perfect player.
Don't
No,
want
Tyler
Can you
doesn't.
imagine?
I'm saying
Star
it.
Citizen, you get in. Oh, here's my spreadsheet, and you just have to read the book
Perfect.
page by page.
Dude, if it's
Yeah.
if
you could get rid of reading the books, Tyler would love Eve, but because of that, he hates it.
it's so stupid.
Yeah, you got to read books. Sorry.
It's not about training. It's not about. Well, it's about training.
Someone
'cause you have
thought
to
of that as the
read
good
books.
idea to get you through those things, and it was wrong. I don't like them. I set them up and I leave. So I'm obviously not playing the game while that happens.
Well,
Right.
there's a good side to that, and it's one of the things. If you play with the right people, like the biggest thing, I've played Eve off and on for like the last 5-10 years or wherever long it's been, and it's really cool to be free of grinding. The only reason why you grind is to gain money or you kill people. So
Right.
it makes sense. So like, yeah, you're still progressing, but it takes real time. Otherwise, you sit there and do whatever the hell you want. And sadly, most of the time, you sit in a space station, sitting there looking at a spreadsheet, looking at your ship fitting, or talking to somebody, and then you jump out and get blown up. I mean, I think I've only killed one person in that all my years that I've played that game.
No, I agree with you there that the grind from Eve is weird. It's that if you're grinding, you're probably not interacting with anyone, which is a weird. I don't know. It's a difference than most games
That-
where when you grind, you're
So,
out and you're
you
at
know
least
what?
integrating with NPCs. You're not just clicking and moving.
The most fun I had in EVE Online was actually with a corporation, and it was a mining operation. And there was probably about 20 or 30 of us. We had capital-sized ships in there, and we had people that just sit there and they mined, and then you had people that sat there and defend the group, and then you had people that would ferry resources from the capital ship to the space station. And I was the guy that was ferrying at the time because I didn't have much skill at
Right.
that time. And that was actually a blast.
Yeah.
It was boring as shit, but it was a lot of fun. It was like playing solitaire with a friend.
But-
This is the guy who considered buying Truck Simulator. Excuse me, Euro Truck Simulator.
There you go. Yeah.
So he could
Euro
get
Truck Simulator 2.
Yeah.
on
Especially
his
with that
computer and go get in a traffic jam.
Yeah. No, of
That's
course,
not
because
fun.
if you don't earn your
My
CDL
favorite part of the
you
game
are-
is when I had to do fucking manual labor. It was delightful. I like that.
that was the best part of Eve, and I think that is what Star Citizen is harboring from people. Is they want ships that multiple people have to operate for a crew. I like the idea. I don't think it's going to come around the same way that I don't think that Tom Clancy Siege is a successful game. People won't work together on the internet. They won't.
Well,
I think I'll disagree with you on that because I think Rainbow Six Siege pulled in the first-person shooter crowd, where a space simulator is going to pull in a different crowd of people who
But
have money.
you don't think they
not
won't
that,
fail
but have
in the same way?
patience. For sure, they have money. They've given all of it to Star Citizen. No, I don't think so. I think the people that want to play a simulator aren't the people who want to grab a gun and run out there and just fuck shit up.
But
To that
Siege
degree.
saw very, very low sales compared to all of their other releases. And the reason for that was this was pitched from the get-go as a game that would incorporate teams. that you had to work with. So it seemed like everyone that bought it knew, unless they just buy every fucking game that comes out.
That's how my buddy is.
Yeah, so there are those people. But there's those people that'll buy everything else. He's talking about you, Mike. I think he said specifically it was you. But there's those people that really, that they looked at this and they said, this is going to be a game where everybody gets together and everybody plays as a team. And then it's seen declining after launch almost immediately. There was a couple of with sales boosting.
Servers were in bad shape, so that wasn't very good.
Fuck. Did EA make the thing?
It's on Steam, so no.
Oh, it's surprising because their servers are in bad shape.
Ubisoft comes from, or Rainbow Six comes from Ubisoft, right?
When was the last time a game came out and the servers weren't fucked up?
People aren't patient, man.
In this day and age, like honestly, like this day and age, there are servers out there that can solve world hunger, and yet our game servers blow up on day one.
Yeah. So, but
Stress
games
test is
haven't
never enough, it
serviced,
seems like.
or games haven't suffered from that.
Oh fuck yeah, they do.
No, I mean on a massive scale. If you go from what we're talking about, Siege,
Are
to
you talking
Call
about
of
like
Duty,
sales and shit like that?
server failures have not caused the same decrease. Like, you can't say, okay, you lose 12% of players because of server loss. Rainbow
gonna
Six
be
Siege has lost more than that amount of players than what would be caused from server damage, like server inadequacies.
The initial fan base for Rainbow Six isn't big, anyways.
It's pretty big.
I disagree. Yeah,
For the game, okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of games. It's a sim. It's a combat sim. You have Arma 3. You have that. Arma 3 is still popular. You have
the mods are.
What's
Let me
what's
correct
it
you
called?
there.
The
mods for
squad
Arma.
or the team? What's the new one? The one where it's a full army. Man, it looks
Project
good.
Reality.
What is it?
Is it Project Reality?
Ooh, is that the name of it? I thought it was like it was called Team, or
The Squad sounds
the
oddly
Squad.
familiar to me.
That's
I don't know
it.
what the
It's
fuck
the,
you're talking
the
about.
Squad, where you're an army. What do you want to call it? It's a simulation for like what we did in the army. We went, and you had your unit would deploy, and then you would have your squad would go out on this mission. And most of the time, you've got a team that's based of individuals from different deals, but that didn't matter. Pretty, at least close enough to to what the real thing was. And if you tried to run and gun on your own, you died and your fucking squad lost. Like, that was the way this thing was pitched. And guys I know that are like buddies of mine that are still, in the army or veterans are really taken to this game because they said it's the most realistic to actual combat operations that has ever been done in a game. The graphics are dog shit. I'm gonna get the game to play it, but it looks really bad. I think Rainbow Six Siege tried to tap into this and has failed because
Rainbow Six has been Rainbow Six for fucking ages, man. Back in the days of the first Rainbow Six,
right,
and then
but
Rogue Spear, all that.
Siege is different.
Well, I think Siege was tapping into the whole competition explosion that's going on right now. Like you have all the
MLG
MOBAs.
shit?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
exactly MLG. And because it makes sense. You have a small team versus a small team, and the games actually go by relatively quick, like 10, 15 minutes. So I think that's what they're trying to really capitalize on. But the problem is that when I played it, I got into beta. I played 1 or 2 matches of it, and I got bored of it. It was just, maybe I didn't play with anybody I knew, and so maybe that's why it sucked
I
for
think
me.
just
they'd have to
slow or
be
what?
willing to fail on the big scale. This would have to be a small scale game where they allowed no more than the squad amount of players. Like that game, The Squad. I think that's what it's called, right? The squad probably doesn't have a ton of players, but they'd have to be willing to let that grow. And I don't think they were, so they pushed it as this big money AAA game, and it's not going to be.
What was your budget? Do you know? Was it $100 million?
I don't know what the new one's budget was. It wasn't 100 million. I mean, you're not going to make a game like Star Citizen overnight with less than 100 million budget.
It's just Squad.
Squad.
It's not the Squad.
Right.
It's just Squad.
Okay.
How much is it?
You can fucking give them money, evidently, and get into early access.
Yeah.
$100, right?
It's like
Yeah.
every other.
Early. That's I jumped on the early access bandwagon. I still do for indie games, but I definitely can see the negative impact
Well,
that early access has
This
done.
was indie, right? They're not made by a major
Oh, I'm sure.
deal.
Some like this difficulty. I mean, main publishers aren't even going to touch you with a 10-foot pole.
No, but
They-
why?
they want
why
easy
is
sales.
it that a main publisher, when they tried this one, they obviously tried to dabble in the hard aspect of gaming. They tried to get into the competitive nature, but yet they pushed it as a mainstream game. Like, why not just make another Call of Duty? Why not make another Rainbow Six?
Well, that's what the publishers want, and it's and the
Publishers want money. They don't
Yeah.
give a fuck what
So
kind of. They don't
so
care if
why-
it's Flappy
why
Bird
half and half it?
or Star Citizen.
Who's half-
Why middle ground it? Why try to make a?
To try and reach a new audience, to try and make more money,
But they made less. They made far less.
then they failed. Is what they did.
The beta
Their
would have
plan
told them
failed. They didn't set out to do something like, you know what, we're gonna make less money with this one. They set out with a fucking plan and they failed.
that. I think somebody said, "Let's make a real game," and it made it as far as the important people in that corporation. They said, "Well, you got to take this out of it, and you got to take this out of it, and you got to add this, and you got to at least make it where a single player could play." And they compromised and they half-assed and they ended up with this atrocity that is fucking Siege. I think Siege.
I don't
is
know if it's
the
bad.
Shittiest game.
So there's one thing I've learned, and it was from Adam. So Adam, he dabbled in the gaming industry a little bit. He tried his hardest to get into it. He went through several companies, like Lego Universe. He was in that towards the tail end of it when it was blowing up. And there's one thing that we kind of realized is that these games are being made by non-gamers.
Right. At least
And
produced
right
by
there,
them.
it's produced. The developers are maybe they're probably gamers, but they're not gamers. The designers aren't even gamers, it seems like. And so I think that's what's kind of happening with a lot of these AAA titles is that they're made by people that don't give a shit about gaming, and that's why indie has exploded, is because they're made by gamers.
Well,
And they don't have the financial backing.
It's the only place to go with a decent idea is to
You're-
put the game out yourself.
Right.
it depends on what solid game you're in, because Call of Duty is definitely got a solid foundation of actual gamers. There are people that make a living off playing that game.
Correct.
And that's
But
a
basically-
AAA title. That is as big a title as you will get.
But the template's already been created.
Right.
I mean,
But when it,
what,
but
really just adding stupid shit every episode or
Yep.
every year. It's Call of Duty 15,
It's
and
first
this time
person
we get to
shooter
play with
version of
gerbils.
Madden.
but
yeah.
the people that are making the game, I don't think it's changed so much. The people that are producing it and funding the money is where the problem is. To me, at least, that's the way I look at it. I don't think
Well,
that
they own the money, so you're
Activision
probably right.
has suddenly come up and gone, "Hey, man, we made a really good game last time. This time, let's just make a piece of shit." Like, I don't think that's
Well,
what
and
they're
then they
thinking.
did. They made an identical game.
Well, I
and-
think that was more producer in. That's the people fronting the money. That's the people that when they came to them with new ideas, they went,
Like Mike said, consumers are idiots.
No.
That's
Yeah,
the fucking
yeah,
problem.
consumers are a
That's-
problem. until you stop pre-ordering, until you stop funding the games that are really bad, you won't get good ones.
But it's an addiction.
Have
Have you
guys
people
seen
who buy Call of
Cuphead?
Duty games.
What?
Cuphead?
Cuphead. I'm pretty sure that's the name of it, unless I'm just screaming off a name that doesn't make any sense.
Probably.
Look up. God, it's got to be Cuphead. It's a video game that was premiered at or previewed at E3 last year. That is a 1920s era cartoon put into a side scroller. I have been
I have to say I haven't seen it.
so freaking excited for this game. The artwork on it's amazing. It's got to be called Cuphead. If I'm wrong on this, I'm gonna sound like a for sure
Yeah,
idiot.
I mean, if you're this excited about it, it's
Yeah,
gotta
I'll
be
feel
called
real
Cuphead.
bad. But
Yeah, it looks like
yep,
it.
that's what it is. Cuphead. You guys, it's supposed to come out next year. If you haven't seen the preview for this game, this is what I want to see from developers. It's so far outside the box. The artwork is incredible.
It looks like a side-scrolling platform game from the Sega Genesis era.
It does,
with
but the
1920s cartoon
artwork is
style
1920s.
Art. Doesn't seem too bananas to me.
You got to watch the gameplay. It's at least from again, it could come out and be dog shit, but from the gameplay that was shown at E3, it was flawless interactive gameplay that was 1920s artwork. At least, and the best part about it, I don't know if it's the best part, but pretty close to it. The really good part about it was made by two guys in a garage.
Just like nuns.
You know, dressed like nuns, banging each other. You know, like the good Lord wanted.
Oh.
No, these. That's what I want to see. I want to see someone go, I don't give a shit what normal is. This is a good game, and come out with it.
That's this indie. That's what indie is.
It is. Except for indie now has popped out 1,000 identical games.
Sure.
Just like.
But they've also put out Rocket League.
Right. I want to see
And
the
Space
rest of them
Engineers.
fuck off. Like, too many times we hear indie games quoted to
Minecraft.
what's a mobile game that shows up on a PC.
Yeah,
Angry Birds.
Yeah, I was thinking about that today. Like, it's almost like indie game has become a type of game, not the
Right.
type of not the
How it's
the
produced.
way it was created.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly what I'm talking about. Like, indie is now a genre. Just like
Right.
AAA titles. I mean, you're going to have really bad AAA titles, but I don't want to see AAA titles become bad games like that. Oh, well, that's a fucking AAA title. Like, I want to still see really good, really good AAA games.
But you're not gonna get anything that breaks the mold with a AAA title in
Why
comparison.
not anymore? Why not anymore?
In comparison,
And I
because
say
they want
anymore
guaranteed
because
money,
we used
man.
to get it all the time.
Well, that's before indies came out, and so basically before the indies came. Are you all right there? You okay?
Dude, you're not. It's not before indies came out. They were AAA games used to be the guys that paid the money to get the very innovative minds. They were the ones pushing the hardware to the max. Your guys had
Maybe, or they were the ones who were able to sell their game to the company that's going to publish it for them.
okay since a very
The internet
short
brought
amount
us
of time ago.
independent companies, independent game companies, game development
Everyone was
companies.
independent to
Yeah.
get go. On the start, everyone was an independent company when it came to gaming. Then you had Sony and you had Nintendo and you had Microsoft at the beginning paying the
So,
premium for
Pong
like Bungie.
is the game that you're referring
no,
to.
no,
then.
I'm even talking much further than that. When you
don't-
had where
Checkers.
where Halo Combat Evolved changed the way that we played first-person shooters.
That was not an indie game.
It was, if you consider it the way we consider indie games now. That
No.
okay.
Absolutely
Bungie
not.
was 100% an indie corporation. If you look at it the way that we consider indies today, anyone that's not 100% made and funded by the corporation that makes the console.
Halo did not come out from Bungie.
Well,
It wasn't an independent release. Microsoft put that game out. Microsoft scooped that game up and made it Xbox.
out of an independent
not an indie
corporation. They
game.
funded the people that made the game that would have gone wide scale release,
They didn't fund anything.
They
Bungie
did.
put out a video.
and they funded the.
That's all they did. So if what you think about Star Citizen with their false promises and their fucking videos of all this fucking shit that they don't have, All they did was put out a fucking teaser. That's all they did, and then the game disappeared immediately.
And
I bet my dad still has a PC gamer disc with a trailer on it at home. They
if
took it off
Star
of PC
Citizen-
and they put it on Xbox.
If Star Citizen does what they promised, someone will say the same thing about them in 10 years.
But they are indie.
And if someone puts out the money and finished it off, someone will talk the same shit about them. They'll go, well, they just put out this, and then it was the crowdfunding. Some corporation funded that event. Instead of a crowdfunding epidemic like this one is, Microsoft put out the money. Those people still made the game.
The problem is that the biggest issue is that those who have the money or give the money have the final word. And so that's the one downside of having publishers, is that they influence the development of the game. They either push it out too soon before the game's finished, which happened to several titles.
Mm-hmm.
They influence we want another WoW. We want a WoW killer. We want our cash cow. And so they push the developers to do a certain way, or they dump the developers and they affect it. Whereas with indie, in Star Citizens, is that they don't have publishers, and so you have the perfect storm with Star Citizen, and that's why it's such a big deal, and that's the ultimate reason why I'm on board. It's not really for what Star Citizen is, but it's what they're doing. It's basically, if they don't fuck it up, which is very possible, you're basically saying that publishers are going to be very concerned about the games that they start, or about themselves, because if the crowdfunding is a viable option, then we may get some really cool games in the future. Or the opposite is Star Citizen crashes, publishers reestablish their dominance, and we get the same cookie cutter bullshit for the next 20 years. Or you're going to have the people that create a Kickstarter, oh yeah, here we go, and then they just walk with their $100 million, and then they're going to kill it.
Right.
But the courts have been real good about chasing people down too, with
Well, that's good.
people that try to run. There's been a couple that try to get away with essentially stealing fucking money, and the courts get them up, and they get everybody their money back.
But I think Mike's
Or
point is
close
exactly
at
what I'm
least.
talking about. Is we're seeing that deciding moment where your manufacturers, your guys that can put the most money in, are at the point now where either they will continue because they made good games. AAA titles were the good games originally for these consoles. That's what I'm talking about. Like their games were the good ones. Not all the good ones. There were some independents, but there was a lot of really, really, really good games that came out of them. Now what they're going to see is an independent, completely independent, by the consumer-backed game. Star Citizen's in a very crazy point. If it does very well, I believe that your AAA titles will then mimic that. They will go back to being the cutting edge.
Risk takers.
Yeah, they'll say, oh, well, an indie can do this. Well, look what we can do with this. And they tried that to a point with
I don't agree.
With Titanfall.
I don't agree at all.
Titanfall was built 100% on a Microsoft server by Microsoft paid employees to showcase the Xbox One. And people didn't respond to it.
It's the same game, except you can walk on. That's his problem is that they still follow the same template. Oh, you can run fast. You can jump on walls, which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's very
And it looked
fast
like a
paced.
lot of fun.
Oh, and I get in the mech. Cool. But
Everyone
that is
copied
it.
that later on.
Yeah.
But
Basically,
but
it was
that
a good tech
game
demo.
didn't get the following. So they won't follow it now. They won't
I
cutting
don't
edge
think
it.
publishers are going to start taking risks when indie starts pulling ahead on fan bases.
You know-
What publishers I think are going to do is let indie games take the risk and then buy the fucking game.
You really,
I.e.
Yeah.
Minecraft,
What-
Angry Birds.
what happens when
I
they
don't know.
don't buy it? Oh, I mean, who bought Minecraft was bought by Microsoft, right?
Yeah.
But look at
I don't
Oculus
even know if
Rift.
you can call it Angry Birds.
Oculus Rift took a very giant leap on VR, and they were purchased by Facebook.
In their minds, they took a giant leap forward, but in reality, they took an enormous fucking step backwards.
How
Because
so?
as soon as that Facebook picked them up, nobody's interested in what the fuck Facebook is doing.
No.
I'm
the
sorry.
person that
people
bought
who
them
don't
was a
invest and
flash
people
in the
who play
pan.
video games
That was a flash
are
in the
interested.
pan. Whoever saw who invested them went, huh, Facebook wants them. I don't give a shit. As soon as they release and those games, now there's, 3 or 4? Sony's got theirs, Microsoft has theirs, Oculus Rift has theirs, and Steam has their own.
Steam is a big one. I think Steam is actually going to steamroll everybody because they took it in the neck. Oh, because they're going through the positional component of it, where they give you a whatever 4 feet by 4 feet or 8 feet by 8 feet, whatever the dimension is, space to actually walk around in. And so they took that VR and they took it to the next step. So I really think Steam is going to be the one that's actually going to.
Do you believe
champion.
without Oculus Rift's push, there would be this excitement in VR?
Probably not.
No, yeah, they kind of said, hey, it's possible. They proved that it was possible.
So
to
do you
achieve
think
the
that Microsoft or Sony or Nintendo isn't pissed off that they don't own Oculus Rift?
Maybe, but it may be cheaper for them to develop their own.
Or there's
You're right. If it takes, I think Oculus Rift will sell it. I don't think Oculus Rift is ever going to be in the vicinity of ever being comprehensible for losing money for Facebook. I don't think Facebook will ever go, God damn it, I wish I hadn't have bought Oculus Rift.
If Facebook has a hand in it, yes, it will be terrible.
What do you think Facebook's hand in it's going to be? Do you think
The
they're going to
same
have
thing-
fucking
the same-
Farmer,
You remember
whatever,
Superman
John?
for the Nintendo 64?
Yeah, I do.
You remember how fucking terrible that was?
Pretty bad.
That's what Facebook could do to a fucking VR system.
So
As
you
soon
think
as you
they're
get
going to
somebody
throw their
who
hands
doesn't-
so far in it? Because I know who's developing the games
Shut
for
up.
it.
Shut up. Shut up. If you get somebody who holds all of the money to try and influence the fucking game, the games are going to be dog shit. When they're like, no, don't do that. Just make it like Call of Duty. They do good. Make it like them.
So
That's it.
far, their input has been do what you do. They have given the guys the free realm. The guy that made, what's his name, man?
John Carmack.
John Carmack. They've given
I met
them
that guy.
the free reign
Nice.
to pull whatever they were doing previously, plus an almost unlimited budget. He was just on a podcast from the guys from Game Informer, a special edition one, talking about how they have given him just reign to do whatever. Here's your checkbook
not out yet.
now.
It's
And
not out yet.
go do.
That means nothing.
You're right. It is not out yet.
They're giving him an infinite fucking budget so he can get a console out the door so they can make money. That's
But they've
all
been able
it
to go to
is. It's
indie
a fucking
developers
business.
and pay them with a blank check. Indie developers, the ones you guys are so happy to talk about a minute ago, now have the
No,
ability.
they don't. They sell the fucking the package to make your own games on their website.
Yes, but
They're not
have
going
been,
to anybody with
Oh,
money. They're going to
bullshit.
people and taking
They
their
have been
money.
funding indie developers with ideas to make games for launch. So if an indie developer comes to them and pitches a game, he has the ability to fund that game immediately to get it on the board for launch date.
This is also John Carmack, and the odds of people getting picked up are probably pretty fucking low.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense of the strategy that they're doing, where they're bringing in the indie, because indie, one, it's like how we're privatizing space travel. It's
Right.
basically, here's a new piece of technology. Here is an Oculus Rift VR, which we don't have very much software for. You have simulators, okay, great, but they really want to push the boundaries, so they're going to shotgun blast, and they're going to pick the ones that they want. So I can see where you both are kind of correct. But by the way, Microsoft does have their own VR component.
Yes, sir.
Microsoft's for E3 was a lot of fake CG bullshit.
Maybe.
But they have some.
Maybe it's
They
fake.
might
Maybe
have
it's,
nothing.
What if it's 100% real and it's the best?
But
thing
it's
out?
not.
You don't know that.
It's not.
But what if
You-
it is?
Sure, it's
You
it's
saw it
not
on
real.
TV.
No, you can just look it up. You can look the
To
fucking
who?
facts up.
Who's the fat guy? According to them, they put the real system the same way Oculus Rift does on the camera and showed what you can have. And then you have a bunch of people going, that's not really what it is. But it could be. You don't know. The only people that really know are them, right?
Or everybody who was at E3 that got to demo it. I mean, that's probably a fact, guy.
Nobody got to demo that. They even said it in the release
Game Informer,
that it was
Game
not
Informer
allowed
covers
to be
it.
demoed.
Game Informer covered it.
When?
So that's false.
I
At
look
E3.
it up. Because according to them, when it came out, this was a prototype release, and it would not be demoable for over a year. So I gotta
Informer
see where
covered
they
it. Maybe
where they demoed
Maybe they
it.
lied.
Well, either way, we'll find out when the time comes, and it's either gonna be great or it's not, just like everything else in the world.
Right, and that's what I'm getting at. Is if it comes out from Microsoft and it's amazing, which Tyler's saying it's already dog shit and it's been seen.
No, I'm not saying it's dog shit. I'm saying it's just fake. What they put
Right,
out was fake.
they don't have anything. It's fake. They didn't even show it. It never happened. If that didn't happen,
Vicodin's kicking in.
no, I'm just saying if what they showed was really fake, and they somehow that means that what they showed was fake, and then Game Informer got to step up to it and they went, "This is fake," and they went, "Well, yeah, but don't tell anybody."
What they showed to the audience was not real. The object manipulation in a 3D space was not real. Now, when Game Informer went and was able to put on the goggles or whatever the fuck, and they were able to walk around the Spartan ship, that was real.
So you're saying what they demoed was not available to them or was not real?
What they showed at their fucking keynote speech was fake.
Because the keynote speech, they said it would not be available for trial.
Game Informer talked about being able to walk around in the VR thing and see the 3D space, like moving around the 3D space. However, the manipulation of the 3D objects was not there.
Not available on their demo or was not real for what they showed. Is
what
I'm
they
getting
showed
at.
wasn't real.
Okay, so what they
I've
showed.
said that 100 times.
Oh, I'm just saying that what you're
What
putting
they showed
out
was
right
CG.
now
Because
is
the shitty thing is that you can't
100%
show VR.
that they lied, which would be grounds for lawsuit by Oculus Rift or anybody
That's what
else
they
that
do
wanted to go
every
to.
single time, dude. That's what every single E3 is all about. Is what are they going to fucking fake about this time? What are they going to lie about? What is some dude going to stand on the stage with a controller and play a game that's freezing up? Because
Now we know that it was
he's
scripted.
not fucking playing the game.
And we talked about this before. It was definitely scripted. But is the technology really fake, or is it just not demoable?
If it's scripted, then somebody just went and made a 3D space. That's it.
Okay.
They just
I mean, that's-
designed something in a 3D
Because we know
space.
things are shown that are not really demoable. Like you
Right.
can't actually do that, which I could see.
Star Citizen,
Star Citizen. But the
like the entirety.
the whole goddamn shitty concept of the game. But the the actual the it would be hard for me to believe that there's not somebody in Microsoft that has made something probably super glitchy like Star Citizen that is in their lab of things. And yes, they may have had to render the entire thing previously and shown it out. But to think that a corporation like that isn't coming up with that, I think it's there. I think they're coming.
Well, Microsoft is definitely going to leverage their technology for more business aspects. Like, I can see the business aspects of the Microsoft glasses, or whatever the hell they're calling it, for, CAD drawings and whatnot. I can't imagine that technology being really, really used for anything besides Pac-Man 3D. I mean, that's pretty much it.
So you think they showed it as this Minecraft illustration, but really when it comes out, it's going to be you can manipulate a CAD drawing and.
Well, at E3, which is more entertaining, Minecraft or a building?
No,
CAD.
Yeah, CAD drawings.
I'm with you on this.
Here.
I think that
Yeah.
that could be 100% a real thing. They could
mean,
show it like this and then go, this is the technology we showed at E3. Now you can design a building like this.
Yeah. and then you just walk around it, and then a whole bunch of Asian guys go, "Oh, that's nice. Oh, yeah."
Yeah, that's super racist, but you're right. That could be exactly what it
I'm
is.
sorry, but I mean, they're the ones that do the CAD drawings. They're the ones that do the architect.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
they're the ones that's smart enough to do it. So
Yeah,
it's-
there hasn't
just
been an
remember-
American architect in, I don't know, millions of years.
Yeah,
So
not since the pyramids.
No, right. Yeah, since we built the pyramids in 1893, there has not been an American architect. No, but I'm on board with that. I believe that they might have shown a very scripted Hollywood version of something that'll come out to be a useful tool, but not a gaming aspect. That's super Microsoft, right? Like that's
And
what
the
they do.
Kinect, man. I've lost a lot of faith in Microsoft over the years.
Microsoft Kinect has now been used a shit ton for movie production, though, for
Yeah,
independent films.
I
Right
saw
on.
one
Good for
demo
them.
where they pretty much hacked it. Like some university hacked it, and they made it they leveraged the cameras and sensors on it, and they were able to do like a 3D mapping of the room they were in. It was some really cool. The technology itself is really cool.
There was a kid that made a program that would use the Kinect on his computer that would use the blocks in Minecraft as the shading and shit, and essentially make a mosaic of whatever you put in front of the fucking camera.
Is that what that's all about?
So if you put like the camera in front of your face, it would make a mosaic with Minecraft blocks in the world.
I saw those pictures. I didn't know how they were made. Though.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Well, that's one way that they did
Yeah.
it.
Or they make
so-
calculators.
So that's completely feasible that they would do something like that because on a large scale, that's what they did with the new Kinect. It is useful, just not to us as gamers.
Yeah, don't pitch me shit that doesn't work on your gaming console. I don't like the idea of an entertainment console. I don't know where you guys stand on that shit.
That's
I don't
all
want
I
a
use
DVD
my
player.
Xbox for
I don't
now.
want a fucking Blu-ray player. I want to play video games.
That's
I use mine as a Blu-ray.
yeah. That's all I use mine to watch movies and Netflix and all the apps to watch Fox Now and all that crap. That's all I use mine for. Since I've built my computer,
Well, I guess being able to get rid of your cable box or whatever is neat. Like, that's rad. Melissa has a smart TV, so we just use the wireless
just
on
use
that
that.
and just run HBO Go, Netflix, all that shit off of there. So that's cool. If you don't have a smart TV, then I guess that is neat.
get a
But
Google
I don't-
whatever that thing is, the Chrome plugin.
Chromecast.
Yeah, Chromecast.
There
yeah.
you go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the reason why I got the PS3 was primarily because a regular Blu-ray player was still $200.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so for $300, you get yourself one that can play video games. Okay, well
For
that's
sure.
a pretty simple decision.
Yeah. And a lot of people aren't still to this day are not going to build a computer.
No.
They're not
No,
going
they're
to, put the shit that we put into them. They're not going to spend the time. They're not going to, or they can spend $3,000 on one or $4,000 on a gaming computer. True, you can do it. What we built mine for, just under $1,000
Yeah.
in Perry. It's
Yeah, if you do what you did and research it, or in my case, I just talked to Mike because I'd rather not read. You can knock down the price of a home PC for substantially, fucking substantially. Like, it cut your price tag in more than half,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, we
when you
were
started looking into that?
under $1,000, and I'm on a the home system is what what graphics card are you running on yours?
I have a 970.
Right,
You have
and
that
I got that
EVGA
970
overclocked
EVGA.
970.
It's called the super clocked. So I've got the 970 GA running the super clocked. Two of those have outperformed two of anything else put together. It's got the 8350 processor in it from AMD,
Oh, AMD.
and I got that running at 4.5 gigahertz on a air-cooled CPU processor.
Yeah, it's certainly doable.
Yeah,
It's-
and
I
that's,
think just
it's running fucking great. Like, everything I throw at it is max settings, brand new games, ultra settings all the way I can go. But still, now you're looking at building something for $1,000 or buying something at $300. consoles are not going to go away.
No, they won't. What is it, Mike? Chime in.
How much is a console this day and age?
$300. It's the Xbox One with a game is $299 right now at Best Buy.
And what can you do with it?
You can play every AAA title.
Well, hold on. Actually, let me back it up. How much is a TV that's worth a damn?
$900.
Okay, so we're looking
There
at
you
what?
go. There's your PC.
$1,200,
Well,
$1,300.
But you're.
But hold on. But you can sit there for the same amount. You can get the machine that you built, as well as a 27-inch 2K monitor for the same amount.
Right. What we're not looking at, though, is the price of the television. You have to look at the price of the television as everyone has it. No one is sitting in front of a brick wall saying, I wish I had an Xbox. They're sitting in front of a television that is already capable.
But once you own the computer, it's upgradable. So at that point, you can completely negate all the other everything that you add
You're
to it
preaching
over the
to
years.
a choir on this one. This is why I switched over.
Oh yeah, no.
This is why I don't
Especially
do
now
that
that they got
anymore.
the Xbox controller and whatnot, able to plug in with the PC. I mean, it's a matter of time because I don't know how families do it. Well, let me take that back. Every family that has a console or whatever, they have more than one TV. So it's one of those things where you have to include the cost of the TV into the price of a console because it's just like a monitor. I mean, unless you have the one big ass TV and that you're the only person there, then I guess you can 86 the price of the TV. But it just the moment you get a console, or people get two consoles and have to get two damn TVs because split screen is no longer a thing anymore.
Motherfuckers.
I mean that's
Bam. No, but the issue with the television thing, like I was talking about a second ago, I think console is going to become a under 18 system. I believe that anyone like Tyler or myself, or probably you, Mike, anybody that has the ability to set up their own thing is going to switch over to console. Or not to console, I'm sorry. They're going to switch over to PC. They're going to go, well, nowadays, a TV is basically just a giant fucking monitor. So I could throw a 27-inch monitor in front of my face at 4K. If you've got something nice, like we're running around with, or you can go less than that. But if you've got a 4K computer monitor and a $900 system, you're now better than anything that's going to come out on console, and it's fully upgradable. I think that's going to start getting to them. It's going to start taking away that profit. But
I'm happy to see that PC's making a comeback. It definitely kind of dragged out there a little bit, but it's a long ways away from taking over the market.
right, but it dragged out, I think, because everyone had a TV. Everyone had one. So all the kid had to do was ask for the console for Christmas. If you just get me an Xbox, I'll be happy. Like, and what you were talking about having the entertainment aspect, that wasn't a thing. Well, now the entertainment aspect is only appealing to people our age. You're only looking at your 25, 28-year-old that's got his first apartment, and he goes, well, instead of having to deal with a fucking cable box, I could deal with just this. Well,
Right.
That guy is too easy to go, well, instead of that, you could just get a computer and build it like this and have 3D 4K gaming and run
But
all
people
of this and
don't.
plus.
Not many people build their computers and then lounge out on the couch in front of their TV. Like it's a desk thing. It's not your living room.
Well, I think NVIDIA is trying to break through that, and so is Steam with
Yeah,
their
Steam Link.
Steam Link and shit.
the
yeah.
Steam Link.
Speaking of
and
which,
the
I heard
other-
Steam Link's actually really good. Buddy Adam got it, and he loves it to death. He plays whatever games in his bedroom now.
Yeah, the links are amazing piece of technology where you can now have your massive server of a computer sitting in the other room, and on your living room television blast 4K gaming and whatever.
Do you know what
want.
pushed that technology?
The what?
Do you know what pushed that technology?
Push tech?
Businesses. Remote desktop, VDI.
Oh.
Push that type of technology. So you can all thank corporate America for that. Just want to do a shout out to corporate America.
Nice.
Thanks, Donald Trump. Trump 2016. Well, man, I thought this one was gonna run short. I didn't think I had enough
Oh, really?
to go through.
Definitely
Wow,
had the
I'm
opposite.
hurt.
And
Definitely had the
well,
opposite
I
plan.
thought about it, and he told me he came on and he goes, "Hey, man, I want Mike to be on this podcast. He's slightly retarded. He's not real smart. He doesn't know a lot about video games." And I said, "Man, dude, I played with him. He's a good guy." But Tyler, he just talks so much shit that I didn't think we were going to go over too far.
Yeah. No, that sounds about right.
I'm just
Well,
kidding,
thanks, guys.
man.
Appreciate having
But-
me on and all that fun stuff.
Hell yeah, it was fun.
Dude, it was an awesome deal to get with you. I appreciate you being on. Tyler, you got anything else for this week?
Tell your friends. Thanks everybody for watching, hanging out, listening every week.
Hey, Tyler, what's the URL for your Twitch channel?
Oh boy. What is it?
No
Twitch.tv?
Flizzle slash.
Twitch.tv/Tunnel McKee.
There it is.
TUNNELMCKEE.
Come on, watch
That'll
us
string
on
too
there.
much, but it'd be cool.
Make sure you go to horribleinfluence.podbean.com and follow
If you have
us
a
on
free
there
minute, send us a review on iTunes,
Ooh,
please.
iTunes reviews. Man, we've got a lot of shit that we never cover every week. We do need those. We need a bunch. We only
Yeah.
have 2, and they're really good. So unless they're good comments,
Thank God we have some friends,
yeah,
I guess.
fuck off.
Is that from your mother?
Probably.
Yeah, my mom was like, "I love him, and these are good cookies that I make, and I wish he would call more." And that's what she put on there. So, if you got anything like that, hit us
Yeah,
up.
that'll count. That'll be good.
But
Hell yeah.
we
Good to
love
talk
you.
to you, dude. Mike, I'm happy you were able to join us. Happy we were able to get this ironed out after only a couple headaches. Hopefully it doesn't sound like dog shit. Love you all.
We're not even going to edit this. We're just going to throw it up on the internet. We will
brilliant.
talk to you next week. It's another episode of The Horrible Influence.
Peace. Yeah, that's usually how it works.